You are.
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1372 of Hard Factor. It is Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Subscribe, like, and set the auto download, please. Today, we've got the wildest news we could find for you, including Mississippi ditch graves, treasure hunting till the end, puck talk, nightmares, comedians getting the last laugh, and much more. Wes, Mark, how you doing?
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Same here.
I just puked up half of the smoothie I made because my body rejected that much health in one sitting. So
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Maybe, hopefully.
I think so. Well, speaking of that, Wes, I also got told I was having a heart attack this morning by somebody at urgent care. Turns out that was wrong, thankfully. The FAT-A-THON, though, adjacent to those, the FAT-A-THON is now. It's on now because our health is in shambles. And if you want to join us, lose some weight, get your weigh-ins in and your before photos ready. If you do really good, you want to save those, that can only be done at the Discord server, patreon.com/hardfactor.
Beep, beep, beep. You want to back that up with the heart attack thing?
Yeah, remember the bruise I told you guys about a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
It kept getting worse. Okay, it kept going down my leg.
Okay.
So I get a big Charlie horse at the top of my leg. The bruise goes down my leg. The whole thing's swelled up like a watermelon down there.
Right.
And I'm like, this is uncomfortable. And it's been sticking around for a couple weeks. And so I go into the urgent care. I'm like, surely they'll give me some anti-inflammatories or whatever. And they're like, no, this is
dying?
DVT. This is DVT, deep vein thrombosis, aka a heart attack. You need to go to the ER. And then I'm like, oh wow, that's a lot worse than a bad bruise that I was thinking I had.
That'll give you a heart attack. Bad news.
Right. And so I'm telling my wife, like, I don't know if I need to go. She's like, oh, well, it's better safe than sorry. Right. So I go into the ER. Turns out, no, just a bad bruise. Needs ice, heat, all that stuff.
What a bunch of
I'll
quacks.
be all right.
That's
Okay,
some
alright.
bruise, though.
Yeah, that is some bruise.
You got a picture?
I mean,
I'd like to see that thing.
Take a picture of that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's all over the leg. It's hard to describe. It's like it started at the top, goes to the bottom. It's discoloring the bottom now. It moves around. Anyhow, FAT-A-THON. That's why you should.
Like an old lady who gets a bruise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
Basically.
And we're going 30 minutes earlier now for live shows, 6 p.m. Central.
That's right.
Let's go.
And speaking of let's go, first Let's Go show comes out today. Let's go.
Let's go.
Patreon, send in the car.
Let's fucking go, guys.
They're doing it. They're going to enjoy it. A lot of sports to talk about. You guys want to do the news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Do you know who you're with? 3 Factor, yeah. This is real news.
Are you going first, Mark?
No, I just wanted to kick it off. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Just hit the button for you. You know.
Thank you. Speaking of the FAT-A-THON, today, Mark and I went and got our blood work done together with Blood Brothers for some stuff we got cooking for the FAT-A-THON. More on that later and more detail on Patreon, as Will said. But after we got our blood drawn, we went and had some breakfast. And since I've already weighed in, I opted for the healthier option, the avocado toast with some poached eggs. It ended up being 4 poached eggs because the guy said that he wasn't happy with the first 2 poached eggs. So I got 4 poached eggs.
Well, the first poached eggs look disgusting.
They were a little runny.
Yeah.
They
got
were a
bonus poached eggs.
Got bonus poached eggs. I never order poached eggs, by the way. This is the first time I've ordered poached eggs in probably 10 years.
This is why.
This is why. Yeah. People don't know how to do it. Anyway,
Hard to cook, yeah.
Anyway, still wasn't enough food. So I got home. I was hungry, but I needed a nap. And I shit you not, in my half sleep, like dream state, I was dreaming about like extra cheese, like folded over pizza, like the cheese dripping off. And in my yeah, it was awesome. And in my sleep, I took a big air bite. You ever do that where you go like you're eating in your sleep and you just go
I don't know.
I don't know if I have, but
I did it today. I was like, because it woke me up because I kind of laughed at myself because I was like, what the fuck was that? You just took an air bite. because you're dreaming about pizza.
I think I've air humped, but I don't know about air bit.
Yeah.
That's one of the fattest things I've ever heard.
It was ridiculous. I was like,
You're
"Oh,
like
man,
a dog.
yeah. Well, I took a nap because I was hungry, and I was like, maybe I can just sleep off this hunger. And
Instead, you're taking air bites and you're
I just taking air
You're like
bites.
Homer Simpson.
Yeah, my dog was laying next to me. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Wow. Anyway, the reason I bring that up is to not talk about my fat dreams, but to ask you guys, are you guys dreamers? More specifically, are you nightmare guys? Either of you like wake up screaming in the middle of the night?
Not recently. I used to.
Yeah, sometimes I'll get a recurring nightmare once in a while that'll be like different ones. Like usually I'm running from the cops, typically.
Right.
But
Okay.
I had after we got broken into twice and a laptop stolen from beside my head. I had reoccurring home invasion nightmares for like 5 years.
Oh, Jesus.
whoa.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this video, the Uber guy? I don't know if it's real or not, but the guy who has a nightmare in the Uber. Here it is.
Where am I?
What was that?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just had a nightmare. Like, you paid up little feet pics on the feet, find a relative you good. Just please get me home.
Dude, get out!
Are you serious?
Don't know if it's real or not, but it's hilarious.
The driver's reaction's killer.
Yeah.
What was that?
It looked a little sketchy, but people do have night terrors where they really will be like fucking shit up in their sleep. Like,
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was like, how do people who like scream like that in their sleep like ever find love? You know, like if I was dating a girl and like she did that within the first 2 weeks, depending on how long it's been since I've had sex, I would put up with it. But eventually, a night screamer is gonna end the relationship. You know,
My wife has night terrors like once a month for the 13 years we've been together. And hers are like ghost related. She sees like
Jesus.
ghosts and mirrors and shit. She's
Slender Man.
Yeah, I have to like calm her down, like rub her back, or sometimes wake her up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, like the term
Wes wouldn't have put up with that for more than more than 1 month.
No.
Yeah,
Wes
yeah.
has let a few get away over small things like that.
Over less than that, I'll tell you.
What the hell? Yeah, Wes is like the driver of that car. What was that? Get out!
Yeah, get
No
out.
thanks.
Yeah. First 2 weeks, you're okay. Oh, yeah. I was also thinking about it. Like, nightmare is such like a little like pussy kid thing to say. Like, if I'm a girl and my boyfriend wakes up panting and I'm like, "What's wrong, sweetie?" He's like, "I just had a nightmare." I'm like, I'm never sucking that guy's dick ever again. It's like just such a pathetic thing to say.
It's
you know?
pathetic.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You want your mommy
Wes,
get a nightmare?
all this nightmare repression is going to lead to horrifying nightmares.
I know.
It's true.
I know.
You're-
Well, I've
you're
got the
bottling up.
solution.
Oh,
You could pawn it off and say you were screaming because you were lifting weights in your dream.
Right.
Jack.
At least
Yeah.
say no, just a shitty dream, but I took care of it in the dream. You know,
Oh, it's ripping demons' heads off.
now that we're
Yeah.
both awake, you want to fuck, like stuff like that. Now
These-
I had a nightmare.
Second.
Okay, just had a nightmare. The
Yeah.
fuck? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Never.
That's
fuck.
embarrassing. Yeah.
Anyway, how do you guys sleep? Are you guys back sleepers? Okay, I'm going to show you a picture. What on this chart would you say is the closest to how you guys sleep? And then I'll describe it to the listener. It's a
Okay.
chart position.
back to side. I'm either on my back or on my right side usually.
Okay.
Like 14 maybe. Like back to side as well, but I face the way the 14's facing.
So you sleep on your right side.
I sleep on my right side, not on my heart. Yeah.
Mark and I
Okay.
are both right siders then.
Yeah.
Although I've been a left sider before when I was on the opposite side of the bed. Kids have changed things.
That's a good way to die.
Yeah, Mark's right.
Switching sides.
Sleeping on your heart.
What, your heart's in the middle of your chest?
No, it's
No.
on your left side.
No, it's not. That's anatomically. You
Come
feel the
on.
beat on your left side. The heart's in the middle.
Well, Mark
Stop.
or Pat or Will, Mark, Pat, Will, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Oh.
You're wrong
The
because
heart, your heart's on the left side of your body.
It's closer to the left side.
if you sleep. So there's a new study that just came out in the. By the way, look at number 13. Who the fuck sleeps like that?
Yeah, what is that guy? He's about to get railed in the ass. That's Froggy
Yeah.
style.
Yeah, he's like on his knees,
13 has nightmares.
clutching a pillow. Yeah,
I
he's
got
got
a
the, That's how Will Smith sleeps.
It's child's pose.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm a right side sleeper, kind of on my stomach, clutching like a body pillow. Anyway, a new study just came out. If you do suffer from night terrors or nightmares, the new study came out that said that left side sleepers had a 41% chance of having bad dreams, while just 15% of those who slept on the right side had them. And Teresa Chung, you hear that last name? Listen up. She's a dream decoder, and she says sleeping on your left side can be associated with nightmares because left side sleeping puts more stress on your heart. So whenever there's stress, sleep quality is poor, and
Fight or
nightmares are short. Yeah, right. Exactly, Mark. Flight or flight. Did you read this article?
No,
So
just
you're all
makes
stressed
sense.
out. You know, your fat ass is sleeping on your heart, and your brain's
So
like,
wait,
I better
one
wake
woman
this
said this?
motherfucker up, huh? Okay.
Dr. Chung.
No, a study.
will
A study.
Okay.
This is a
Dr.
study
Chung, not
in
one
the
of-
journal. This is a study in the Journal of Sleep and Hypnosis that just came out. So they studied a bunch of people.
Hypnosis as well. Fantastic.
Yes. So I guess your brain is like a defense mechanism. Hey, this sleep apnea fat fuck is sleeping on his
He's
on his
crushing my
left
heart
side.
again. He's crushing his own heart again.
Yeah, I better give him a shark
Better
dream.
wake up.
Yeah, better wake up. So they also said that patients who slept on their left side showed changes in their heart activity, an indicator of stress, and the heart is more likely to shift a minuscule amount to the left and right in the position in sleeping on your left side than compared to other positions. So your heart's moving around, it's under stress.
Yeah, you're gonna
if
get it to the
fat.
center of your chest if you sleep on it.
Right. So
I've got one thing for Chung though.
Mhm.
I just did a quick Google,
Mhm.
and it says which side is better to sleep on, and Google says left. So what does Chung say to that?
Google's trying to kill you.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't trust Google.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Gavin's,
This is just
live comment from Gavin says the guy from the Senate that got railed in the Senate hearing sleeps like 13.
yeah.
Stephen C says both his kids sleep like 13, and that it might as well have been the Journal of Science and bullshit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I've seen so many studies claim that either side is so much healthier for X, Y, and Z.
Well, this is nightmares.
This is
Okay.
nightmares.
This will alleviate your night terrors.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Also, if you have sleep apnea, it's worse to sleep on your left side, and your airway collapses or nearly collapses, and then you wakes you up. It's a fight or flight response, like Mark said. So
Yeah. We got to submit a revision to Google right now because
I mean, what I'm hearing is fat people have more nightmares is kind of what the study suggests, because if you have sleep apnea, you're stressed out,
more
if you're-
things to fear.
yeah. You fear being hungry. I don't know. There was another study in 2016 in the Journal of Sleep and Hypnosis, which said that high school students who slept on their stomachs had more empowering dreams, probably because their dicks were rock hard and against the mattress, and you start fucking the mattress in the middle of the night.
Yep.
It's empowering, you know.
It's true.
More vivid,
Very-
wet dreams. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, if your dick is against your hard dick's against a mattress and you're dreaming about the girl in your math class, it's empowering.
It's true. Like I said, I've air humped. I have an air bit before, but it's very important. Either side's better than your front or your back, right? Side sleeping's the best for your health.
Yeah, the right side specifically is what they say is best, I guess. I don't know, but according to Google, that's not right. So
For nightmares
and less stress on your heart.
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of this stuff Will's seeing. I think this Dr. Chung might be full of shit.
I've seen a lot of pro left side talk over the years. But everybody like Mark's saying, the sides. A lot of people love the sides. Chung loves the right. Sleep on your sides. You know,
Maybe they just took psychos who will all get nightmares, and they just happen to be left side sleepers. I don't know.
Sounds like Chung's husband makes her sleep on the right side.
Right. I think a lot of it, honestly, is just how your particular partnership works out in bed, or yourself. You just go to your natural prone position, but once you start sleeping with somebody else in bed, it's gonna dictate a lot of which side you're gonna go to, and so everybody's gonna do studies to prove why their side is the healthiest.
Yeah.
Wes, would you dump someone that made you sleep on your left side?
No, because you know, I a lot of times if I'm sleeping with my partner, I will roll over to be away from the heat that is
Right.
produced
Yeah,
by
it's cool
by
air.
Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so then I'm sleeping on my other side. So I don't
Okay.
know. Anyway, but I'll tell you what's not a nightmare, guy.
That's
Or I'll tell you what is a nightmare is if you run a small business and you got to ship a lot of stuff, right?
It is.
That is a nightmare. And a new year is a great time to grow your business. But if you're stuck in the trenches of daily tasks like managing order fulfillment, you're not able to focus on what really matters, increasing sales.
Yep.
ShipStation can help increase your profitability by automating your workflow and keeping costs down with industry-leading discounts. Up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. So you get the best rates from USPS, UPS, DHL, discounted rates, Global Post. Over 130,000 companies have grown their e-commerce business with ShipStation, and 98% of companies that stick with ShipStation for a year become customers for life. That's what you call proof in the pudding, right? Easily automate shipping tasks and manage orders in one simple dashboard. The order details page lets you quickly and easily update crucial order information, reducing errors. You're not going to fuck up your shipments, which really pisses off customers, which leads to, non-repeat customers. And it's if you're shipping a lot of stuff, you got like an Etsy store or something like that, this is your best friend. So ShipStation's robust automations and reporting makes scaling easy. And as your business grows, you can save thousands on shipping costs. That's really the big thing. You save a lot of money on shipping costs. I mean, why would you not? So make this year your most profitable one yet with ShipStation. Use promo code HARDFactor today at ShipStation.com to sign up for a free 30-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, promo code HARDFactor. Go to get a 30-day free trial at https://www.shipstation.com/hardfactor. Thanks to ShipStation for sponsoring the show.
Pat will call you a boomer for putting the stuff before the www.
Well, it says read this exactly.
Yeah, I know. But,
Type it in. Save money. That's it.
ShipStation, baby. Will, do you want to do your stores? Do you want me to do mine?
Either way, Mark. I think they both end happy. I'll go ahead and take it. I got the shocker for you guys today. 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. All shocking. Okay. Starting in the stink, in Jackson, Mississippi, to be exact, where 215 bodies were recently discovered in unmarked, unsanitary graves in a field behind a state jail recently over there in Jackson, Mississippi. The body dumping pit of shallow graves, marked only by numbered metal rods. So that's literally just a field full of metal rods and then shallow graves, was not embalmed. It was attracting buzzards, and it was only discovered after a local man named Dexter Wade was buried in that graveyard after being killed by a police driver in March of 2023, and his family was never informed of his death. So basically what they found here with these 215 bodies are basically in a police body dumping ground grave site behind a state jail in Jackson, Mississippi.
Holy shit.
Right. So they all, besides Dexter, were they all like, they didn't have families? Or
No, Mark, they do. Obviously, they were born, right?
Right.
So
how the hell does this happen?
Because it's Mississippi, Mark. Activist Arthur Reed and the family of Dexter Wade, the guy.
Are they all black, Will? Please say they're not all black.
He put up a picture of them. They're all they're like no.
Nope.
Okay.
All kinds of people in Jackson getting dumped by the cops.
I know, but I was wondering if it was like a racial thing with the cops and
no, it's just a criminal that they seem like they died in prison or something, and they
criminals in jail. Yeah, Mississippi. Yeah. So
it's like that's what I'm saying. Like no one's keeping tabs on these prisoners. Like they all just like die being mistreated in jail. Like the guy, like they have like unsanitary jails. They're dying for all sorts of reasons, and then instead of like contacting anyone, they're just burying them in the back lot.
Right. In Dexter Wade's case, the guy who got the lot discovered, he was, killed by a police driver. I don't know if it was
any sort of way. Several ways that these people are dying and getting buried back there in the prison, outside the prison. Yeah.
And you end up in the unmarked graveyard somehow, unfortunately for many, 215 people at least. Activist Arthur Reed and the family have worked to bring legal and media attention to the situation, and it's bad. As far as I can tell, only a few of the bodies have been properly ID'd and started the process of getting any type of resolution at all. So that's going to be years sorting out all of these, hard to identify bodies that have just been rotting in a field out there in Jackson.
That's terrible.
That's a big scandal.
Yeah, huge scandal. That's what I said. Shocking. The shocker. And that
Right,
one's
the
in the stink.
Yeah.
Yeah, really in the stink. To the pink, but stink adjacent on this one because there is a death, sadly. But
The
this
perennium.
man, exactly, Mark, a perineum massage. This man died doing what he loves, just like a perineum massage. Meet 71-year-old Joao Pimenta. You guys see him? He's from Brazil. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit blurry, but I get the idea.
Yeah, it's Joao's camera is smudged and blurry, or was, RIP. What's his obsession? Can you guess it?
Cars.
Lottery tickets.
Great guesses. Great guesses based on the polo shirt. But no, Joao's obsession was actually digging for gold under his own home. And sadly, last Thursday, he fell down the 130-foot mine he had dug directly into the floor of his own kitchen in Minas Gerais, Brazil.
That's psycho.
He dug 130 feet down?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's 35 inches wide, the hole, and Joao was paying for excavation help from locals. And it was
definitely gold down here. No gold yet, but
you're right, Mark. No, you called it. His neighbor said that it was ever since a prophetic dream that Joao had one day a while back. He knew there was gold. He just had to keep digging deeper and deeper and
He's
deeper.
a stomach sleeper.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
He was RIP. He died doing what he loved, a fellow treasure hunter. And his neighbor said that he was recently musing getting the dynamite out for something that was down there. So the hole was giving him fits, and it gave him his final fit, sadly. All right.
What if when he landed 135 feet down, he found a little bit of gold as he died?
You think he saw it?
Yeah, you could see it.
That would be brutal because they pulled him up from the bottom too. They should have just left him there if he found it at the bottom, but they had to pronounce him dead at the hospital. Ooh. Moving on to the last shocker, fully in the pink, and it's a surprise puck talk, fellas. And I'm going to take it straight to the MJHL, which is the Manitoba Junior Hockey League, for a recent tilt between the two top teams in that league, the Verdun Oil Capitals and the Steinbach Pistons. Here's the call of the stunning, thrilling end of this game.
Center ice with it. And now he's going to dish it off. Joey Bielik has it. He turns back. Looks like they're doing a little reverse that you might see in football. And here comes Bazin. He's got some speed. He's going to split the D. Oh, what's he going to do? He's shooting the roof, Daddy. Oh, look at that. Look at this, look at that. And there's the speed. The old banana splitting Rudy. And, Verdun is rejoice as their nemesis. Steinbach, they get him. In overtime, Roof Daddy. As Bazin kept chugging as his speed helped split the D. And there's no slipping on a banana peel there as he went. Slipper on upstairs there. A goal. It's Verdun. He's happy.
When did they hire a code man?
Yeah.
Just split the D. Whoopsie daisy.
Look at this. Look at that. Do.
I'm surprised you couldn't hear a liquor bottle like clinking.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
That's the Manitoba Junior Hockey League. Those are the top two teams. Again, the Verdun Oil Capitals and the Steinbach Pistons. Roof Daddies, banana splits. It sounded like he was talking about Bill Cosby a little bit, but he was just hammered. And apparently that's all about hockey. So
he splits the D and then it goes in for the shot. Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah.
It's going to get slippery.
It's going to get the rooftop. Slippery.
Canadian Bill Cosby.
Roof Daddy.
Roof Daddy. That was like Boom Goes the Dynamite, drunk Canadian version. All right. Bad news, good news for quote offensive comedians, a genre we might be directly in, right? Although we love everyone, we're trying to make people laugh more than offend people, but sometimes you have to crack a few eggs to make an effective joke.
Ask Elon Musk, right. That's why he bought Twitter.
Exactly. And this is for sure the genre 34-year-old Jad Sleeman radio reporter for Philadelphia's WHYY station's philosophy is it. He's squarely in the offensive comedic thing. Now, WHYY is an NPR affiliate, which might have played into this a bit, as they probably aren't the biggest fans of good comedy. And that's why Rad Jad, who had been a reporter on The Pulse, a nationally syndicated health and science program since 2018, was fired last year because he was posting clips of his stand-up comedy act on a social media account, Jad S, at Jad Slay. And apparently some of his jokes were deemed a bit off color, so they fucking canned Rad Jad.
Wait. His off-air, his
Correct.
own personal shit, they
Correct.
said was too offensive, so they canned him from WYYK.
Work all day and then sometimes go and do stand-up at night as a hobby, and then he would post it, and they didn't like his clips, so they fired him after 5 years.
This is like a teacher getting fired for OnlyFans.
Nah,
It's
worse than that, because this is
even
still
worse. Yes.
this is in his profession. This would be like moonlighting and doing same thing you do during the day. except
He was a
little bit racy.
reporter for NPR, so I don't think he was doing too much comedic work, but it's still
I see.
it's close to the OnlyFans thing. This is not so rad. No Rizz from WHYY. So officials at WHYY argued that Rad Jad, I'm calling him Rad Jad. He doesn't go by that, but he does now. They said his stand-up comedy violated the company's code of conduct, social media guidelines, and values of social responsibility, finding his routine to be, quote, inflammatory. And they said that 9 videos in particular were egregious, misogynistic, had sexual connotations, racial connotations, and they said, fuck this guy, he's out.
So it had like joke material, basically.
He
They're
was
like
stand-up.
he did a stand-up set that dealt with like issues of modern times, which is way too offensive for NPR.
Here's some Rad Jad.
Where a lot of my friends have already settled down and started having their first divorces.
Oh no!
I'm like, damn! I remember your wedding. I remember your wedding vows. You were talking a big game at City Hall, dog. This would be fun. They should have you read the vows again at the divorce. How sick would that be? He's out there. He's like, she's a crazy fucking bitch. It's like, well, actually, sir, the record shows she's your lighthouse in a stormy sea.
Yeah, he's just doing stand-up. But
Yeah.
Good. I like it.
yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
So
I like his idea. His idea is great. Yeah.
yeah, it is funny.
Kind of laugh
You
out
have
of
to
me.
read the vows,
Yeah.
and then yeah, it's like that scene in Wedding Crashers when they're like, something, you guys loved each other at some point, right? Meanwhile, Rad Jad said, this is bullshit. I shouldn't have been fired for this. It's off hours. I'm having fun being creative, and furthermore, employers don't own you. You should be able to do what you want after work.
Yeah. That also was the least offensive set of all time. So
He had to delete the 9 videos, Will. So I couldn't.
was
find,
that one of the 9? Okay,
No,
so
no.
that made the
I
cut.
can't find the 9.
Yeah.
Can't find the 9.
Your stuff on marriage is fine, but the rest of it
Yeah.
has to go, Rajad.
So that's the bad news of the story. The good news is an independent arbitrator was hired, and after listening to the, decent stand-up routines posted, the arbitrator ruled that Jad is not a bigot and was attempting jokes for comedy's sake. And because of that ruling, now with the judge and the arbitrator, Jad the Impaler has been reinstated to his position, which he accepted, and he's now working at WHYY again as a reporter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's more
Very good,
popular than
Jad.
ever, I bet.
No, not
No.
at NPR.
Well, not
Really?
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, probably not.
There's
I
such
don't
a bunch
think
of
he's-
wet blankets over there.
Follow, man. He's
Arbitrator Lawrence S. Coburn conceded some of the videos could be seen as inflammatory, saying, quote, the very low standard in the collective bargaining agreement that I'm required to apply. But he also said that he, quote, found them simply funny. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you could be upset if you want to be at a comedian his joke, but they're also funny. So no longer Sad Jad is back at work at an organization that hates him. Score 1 for comedians and common sense. But as part of the decision, like I mentioned, Jad was ordered to delete the 9 videos that NPR reported. He was also asked to delete any offensive post-discharge posts where he disparaged the company for his firing. But Jad, who started doing stand-up comedy, I'm about to play, he didn't delete all of his stuff disparaging the thing. I'm about to play a 2-minute hilarious clip of him talking shit about the whole situation. Jad started doing stand-up comedy in 2021 when he was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which he often jokes about his damaged central nervous system and his experience as an Arab American in the Marine Corps. So WHYY NPR fired a veteran with multiple sclerosis for doing stand-up comedy at open mic nights.
How did
Nice job, idiots.
yeah.
Did
They're
you catch all
NPR.
that?
Right.
They fired
NPR
a
is like,
vet-
no, I did, Mark. I'm saying NPR is like the people who would know that you'd get that wouldn't work out.
They fired a guy with MS that's a veteran, Arab American, for doing stand-up
Did you
comedy.
hear his women joke?
Yes.
Right, Mark.
Yeah.
He took it over the line, and this is NPR after all. So
He was called a misogynist mostly, and one of the VPs at the trial was a woman that a lot of the case was him being a misogynist. Here's Jad explaining, he's summing up the litigation in his recent win. I clipped it down from like 5 minutes to 2 minutes. It's all pretty good. This is also on his Instagram. He did not delete this one yet.
I was a reporter at an NPR show until I was fired from my stand-up comedy. I'm fighting for my job back. I had the first court hearing recently and I won, and I got audio of me embarrassing terrible lawyers and media executives. Let's go through it.
And in your mind, it's okay to have stand-up comedy where you talk about eating pussy. Is that correct?
I think that's perfectly fine. Sex is healthy. I believe in generous love, dude.
Sir, I'd ask you to refrain from calling me dude, because that's not my name.
I have to swear under oath that I eat pussy, dude. I swore on the Bible I eat pussy. And what's wild is I had a date after this hearing that night, and first thing I told homegirl was like, ma'am, I have to eat your pussy. I'm sorry. I told the judge. And it worked. I did. I got pussy off of this clown car bullshit. He's talking about this next clip. These animals made a judge watch 45 minutes of my stand-up.
And homegirl reached down and opened it up. I was like, yo, chill.
Let's back up. This NPR station is trying to justify firing me, and it's me representing myself versus 2 vice presidents and 2 lawyers. That's right, folks. They hired 2 lawyers.
Wait, I'm sorry. 2 lawyers?
Yes.
No. What? Well, hang on.
That's the judge talking. Even she's like, yo, 2 fucking lawyers? That's fucking, y'all are pussy for that one. But here's the thing. These lawyers were very dumb.
So is it your testimony that you've never referred to a woman as a pussy in any of your social media posts?
Refer to a woman as a pussy?
Yes.
No.
He asked this same weird-ass question 100 times. Did you call a woman a pussy?
Sure. I mean, I said the word pussy, but I didn't call a woman a pussy. That's a bizarre thing to call a woman.
This wop-ass lawyer was so stupid. I had a thought midway through the hearing. I was like, they should have hired a Jew. They fucked up.
Didn't you use the word vagina in that comedy skit too?
Did I?
The thing about Italians is they're very stupid people compared to Jews who are clever.
As an Italian, I find that hilarious.
That's amazing.
So he's absolutely slam dunking on these idiots that have to rehire him.
That's amazing. Good for him.
It's a good story. Leave comedians alone. People need to laugh. If you don't like a particular comic, don't listen. But for the love of God, stop attacking comedians for telling jokes.
Yeah. I mean, people were there laughing, having a good time. You didn't. Yeah.
He didn't do it on work hours.
Right.
No, I mean, people need to be able to have, like, by the way, multiple jobs is the highest it's ever been. So, you know, back up off people if they're just trying to bring in a little extra cash. And like one of the like this economy right now literally is the economy in America where it's requiring people to take multiple jobs more than ever before in the history of the country. So maybe NPR, get off your fucking high horse, pay him a little bit more if you don't want him to have to do stand-up at night to make a little more money.
This is going to launch his stand-up career. This whole national now news story about NPR firing this guy for telling jokes off hours.
I like him. He's funny.
Yeah. We should get him on the show, maybe.
Well, how do you actually follow him? It's not really Rad Jad. How do you look him up?
No, his name's Jad Sleeman. I'm just
Jad
rhyming
Sleeman.
things with Jad. It's at Jad, or I found it somewhere up here. I said it earlier. At JADSLAY, Slay. At Jad Slay, because he slays pussy. At Jad
Jad Slay, bro.
Yeah.
He eats it. The
there you
judge
go.
told him he has to eat it.
Also,
Hey,
go ahead.
speaking of eating pussy, Mark, you mind if I show you guys a video I was going to try to show you yesterday, but we didn't have
Please do.
time for? Check it out. This is Gypsy Rose's husband. Check it out.
You know what's funny is I can't dance worth anything. I'm a klutz. I'm so klutzy. Like I do the white girl dance, and I'm just like I can't even twerk that well. You know, I maybe. You know, you never know. I don't think I do it right now, but I can come back to it a little later.
Yeah, you can, baby. Quit lying to these people.
He's exactly who I pictured. The Hitman. Loves the Hitman. Bret the Hitman Hart.
His rizz is out of this world. U.S. Mark, is this ours?
Yeah, it's definitely U.S.
Oh,
Yeah.
buddy. Wow.
It's the,
Project Artemis. Wow. Can't buy it
first
right
lunar
now.
lander to launch from the United States in 5 decades. Its spacecraft suffered a critical propellant loss.
We're going
to correct
backwards.
itself. Yeah.
You really are. You really
Would
are.
you want to get on a fucking manned mission to the moon?
No, I mean, we can't even get a 737 to fly without its fucking sides popping off. So,
Yeah. Anyways, leave comedians alone. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor today. Remember, send in the car if you want to hear that new Patreon show. Let's go. We're working on a song. Working on our sick intro, and it's going to be an awesome show. And the FAT-A-THON is in full swing. 2024 is our year, baby.
Everything.
The boys. It's the boys' year. We love you guys. Have a great fucking day. Talk to you tomorrow.